No, I don't. When I'm actually talking, it'll be fine. Ooh, I need to get my notes up.
That's what I'm doing as well.
You took notes?
No.
Oh.
I'm pulling up the Wikipedia.
I'm so glad I recorded that on this brand new episode of the soon-to-be a Major Motion podcast. I am Mr. Billy Beck, your host. I did it again.
Yes, you did.
I am your host, Billy Beck.
I am your other host, Cody Beck.
And her notes are Wikipedia. You heard it from her mouth itself.
You know my secret.
I know all of your secrets.
You do not know all of my secrets.
I know some of your secrets.
You know some of them.
Oh god, I still don't have my notes up. I don't even know where. What do we do after the intro? How have you been, Cody?
I've been fine. We're training a new person at work, so I've been doing that. I hate training. Because I just feel awkward, because I know how I feel when I'm training. And something autism.
You said we're training a new person at work, and I was like, she's gonna say we're training a new cat.
That too. Our cat is broken because he only loves you. That's unacceptable.
That is not a bug. That is a feature.
That is unacceptable.
That is exactly how we planned it. Oh shit. Ow. Fuck.
You okay?
Just punched the table. Earlier, I managed to knee the corner of the sink in the bathroom. Like, right under the kneecap. The corner of the marble. Right up. Oh, man. That fucking sucked.
I only have one quibble with what you just said, which is, you think these landlords were shelling out for marble?
What is it called? The porcelain?
I don't even know if it's porcelain. It might be fucking polycarbonate.
It is absolutely not marble, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
The
white part.
Faux marble. The fancy part.
How have you been, besides apparently injuring yourself in multiple ways?
This has all been in the last, 2 hours, too. I mean, fine. The boy is settling in. Currently, he is fast asleep in the window seat, which used to be Luna's favorite place. And Luna is loafed on the couch, staring at him menacingly and depressed. She feels she's been replaced in her own home. Which,
yeah,
let's be fair, Cody's the one who's been replaced.
It's true. I have been replaced.
Because my little man is such a sweet, sweet boy.
He doesn't purr when I pick him up.
He purrs when I enter a room. I know, it's the best. So, the other thing that happened this week is, as we're recording it a week ago, our episode on Cheaper by the Dozen came out.
Yes.
And I had a dear, sweet listener reach out to me today with a question for you.
Oh, God, okay.
Now, he's confused. He asked to remain anonymous. So
I swear to God, if this is leading up to a bit, I'm gonna fly back to Pennsylvania, punch Mark in the dick, come back to California, and punch you in the dick.
Who said Mark has anything to do with this?
Continue.
The question is, how is the movie based on the book when the book was written during the movie and came out in 2003, according to the movie? It can't have come out in 1948 because she wrote it in 2003. Cody, please explain.
I'm gonna pull up Southwest.
Okay, what does the airline or cardinal direction have to do with it?
I'm gonna purchase a plane ticket.
Okay, so we settled on an airline. Does Southwest fly time machines now? Is that how they did it?
I'm not wearing my ring, or I would take it off and throw it at you.
Because you can't have metal on the time machine. That makes sense. Like opposite the Terminator.
I am going to kill you live on this podcast. This podcast will never come out. It will be used as evidence in the trial of your murder.
Is my blood the fuel for the time machine, or...
It will be!
The actual conversation for the pod, how can the movie Cheaper by the Dozen be based on the novel if the novel didn't exist yet? Because the mom writes the book and the movie, how they do that. I said I will ask her. He says, the book can't have come out in 1948 since it's not written until 2003. I want it to be as stupid and confusing as possible, to which I replied, oh, absolutely can do. Did we get stupid and confusing enough?
I know where you both sleep.
In a big bed with my wife.
Mark does not sleep in a bed with us.
Who said it was Mark? They could have been any one of our, 8 regular listeners.
I despise you.
Wait, I said he. 3 regular male listeners.
I despise you both. You're disrupting the baby's sleep with your foolishness.
Toby, I apologize for disrupting your sleep.
Did I talk about how he parkoured off of my face?
No.
The first night after we let him free in the apartment, he was zooming all around. And I was in bed because it was night and I was sleeping. And I was awoken when he bounded onto the bed, freaked out because I was closer to the edge of the bed than he thought I was, and bounced off, using my face, specifically my eye socket, as leverage. And he cut my forehead and right above my left eye.
I believe I was very excited when I woke up that morning because he was in the bed next to me.
Yes.
11 years. I played second fiddle with your cats. Deal with it.
My cats didn't physically assault you.
Do you remember that time I tried to lay on your chest and Mallow smacked me in the head about 17 times in 1 second?
My cats didn't physically assault you till they were adults. There was also the time she got her claw stuck in your lip.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of claws stuck in lips. Weirdly. Kind of works.
Yeah.
Kind of works. Cody, I saw you curled up in the reading nook by the fireplace earlier with a tome in your hand.
Yes.
What book were you reading this week?
I was reading How to Train Your Dragon by Professor Yabish. I mean, by Cressida Cowell.
I mean, by Lemony Snicket. I mean, how many K.A. Applegate. I mean, how many other pseudonym? What's She Who Shall Not Be Named's alter ego?
Oh God, Galbraith. It's like a fucking Nazi doctor.
Yeah, some bullshit. That fucking turf. Sorry, you said what book did you say it was?
How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell.
That's what I thought you said. Because, funny enough, I watched a movie last night. Happened to watch it at the exact same time that Mark did.
Okay.
I finished it up, put the DVD away, and Mark texts me, guess what movie I just watched? So, funny story. And that movie was also 2010's animated DreamWorks feature, How to Train Your Dragon.
Huh. I wonder if they were related.
There's only one way to find out, Cody. What was the book about?
So, the book... Now, this is the first book in a series.
Okay. Funny, there's 2 sequels to this. And a TV show.
It follows Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III as he captures a dragon as a rite of passage and attempts to train him so that he will not be exiled from Berk, as is tradition for young Viking boys on this island.
And?
It's his misadventures in training the dragon.
Okay,
You may notice.
Sure.
You may notice a slight difference from the movie you watched.
Well, I don't know yet, because it sounds like some things you said happened. You know what? Let's sit around, and you and I will watch, and our audience will listen to the trailer, and then we can decide if the movie was based off the book. How's that sound?
Sure.
Welcome to Dragon Training. Today you will learn to fight dragons.
Pain. Love it.
Let's get started!
You should come by sometime to work out. You look like you work out.
I guess it's just you and me, huh?
No, just you.
Focus, Hiccup!
Can I transfer to the class with the cool Vikings?
Has anyone ever tried to train a dragon?
No one's ever lived to tell the tale.
It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. Let's see if this works. We're gonna take this nice and slow. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Whoa!
Get down!
It's okay. You just scared him.
I scared him?
Everything we know about them is wrong. Let me show you.
Either we finish them, or they'll finish us.
We don't have to fight them. Whoa. Go, baby!
No matter how this ends, it ends today.
What are you gonna do?
Something crazy.
I'm in.
Me too.
Sign me up!
I love this plan.
Go.
DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon.
It's like the size of my... Oh! Get it off!
Hiccup is a young man living in Berk, a Viking island occasionally overrun by dragons. When he hits, captures, and inadvertently injures the legendary Night Fury, he realizes that dragons are as afraid of humans as humans are of dragons. As Hiccup and the Night Fury, who he names Toothless, bond, Hiccup uses his new knowledge of dragon behavior to finish top of the class at dragon training. He reveals his knowledge publicly by refusing to kill a dragon, which enrages the chief, who happens to be his father. Chief Stoic uses a captive Toothless to find the dragon's nest, and Hiccup and his training friends follow on captive dragons, arriving just in time to defeat the big bad dragon and save the day. In the end, Berk develops a symbiotic relationship with dragons. Hiccup develops a healthy relationship with his father, and Hiccup's left leg develops a buried relationship with the ground. The end.
Is it his left leg? I always thought it was his right.
It is his left leg. I took a note of that because I wanted to make sure I got that joke right. So, I mean, it's about a guy who trains his dragon. I don't really know why I included this in the very different season.
So there are several major differences from page to screen.
Are there?
First, Astrid does not exist.
Yes, she does. She was in the movie.
She's not in the book. I suspect, having read the synopses for the following 11 novels, she is based on a character that is brought in later, because that character's name is Kamikaze, and her dragon is named Stormfly, which is Astrid's dragon.
Ah.
So I suspect that's where they got the idea to have a love interest female character from. They also... Snotlout is actually the major antagonist of the book.
He's, like, kind of antagonistic in the movie.
He is like a high school bully.
Yeah. Which is what the movie calls for sure.
Yeah. Third, his mom is not dead. She was not killed in a dragon attack.
Spoilers for future movies will be abound in this episode. If you only saw the first one and want to see the second and third, pause the podcast. Go watch the second and third and then come back. His mom's not dead in the movie either.
True, but you think she's dead the whole first movie.
Yeah, but, you know, she's with them in spirit and breastplate.
They do have that. They do keep that joke, though.
I love that joke. It's a great joke.
And then, probably most importantly, the dragons can talk.
I almost just sprayed water.
The dragons.
You caught me mid, like, chug of water.
Yeah, I waited for that.
You motherfucker.
The dragons are sentient creatures.
Well, yes.
They have their own language. It's called Dragonese, and Hiccup is the only person who can speak it. Because he has studied dragons, even though you're not supposed to study dragons.
Yeah, you're just supposed to kill on sight.
No, in the book, you're supposed to catch them.
Oh.
They have dragons. Everyone has dragons that they all caught, and they're trained to be hunters, and also to ride on them.
So the entire society is different.
Yes. The entire society in this book is like the society at the end of the movie.
Okay. Except the dragons are less free.
Yes. It's kind of like the dolphins from Hitchhikers.
Okay.
Oh, the other major difference is that Toothless is about the size of a house cat.
But then how is Hiccup gonna ride Toothless around?
Hiccup does not ride Toothless. Hiccup has a riding dragon with a different name.
So everyone's first image, whether or not they've seen the movie of How to Train Your Dragon, is the image of this kid riding his dragon. Because
Yes.
that is objectively the coolest fucking shit.
Yes.
And it's based on a book where it's like, my pet cat.
Yes. Toothless also has a stutter.
I forgot Toothless can just fucking talk.
So Toothless is a little fucking shit in this book. Like, you know how Toothless is a shit the way that, like, a house cat is a shit in the movie?
How... Yeah. So...
Like, they literally modeled a house cat to show...
Yeah, like, if you haven't seen the movie, the movements of Toothless are based on that of the animator's personal cats. So, like, a lot of behaviors. I think one of the animators filmed his cat with duct tape stuck to its tail.
Yeah,
just
took a ball of masking tape.
Yeah, just to see how it would react to have Toothless do similar motions and stuff. Toothless in the movie is that kind of an asshole. Like, just a cat who doesn't care about its personal space and just itself. Right, Toby?
Toothless in the novel is a little instigator. Because the big point that leads, like, the whole purpose of this is they have to catch these dragons and they have like 4 or 5 months to train them. Basically, they have over winter, spring, so the beginning of summer. They have this huge festival between the Hairy Hooligans, which are the tribe on the Isle of Burke, and the Meatheads from Meathead Island.
It's just called Meathead Island?
Yes. It might be called Meathead Isle. But yes.
Because the Meatheads can't spell the whole word.
That's actually a joke. There's a book.
No.
There's a book called How to Train Your Dragon, and
Yeah, we're talking about it.
there's a book in the book called How to Train Your Dragon. And there's multiple jokes about this book. The first is when they have all their dragons and Gobber is teaching them, like, okay, this is what you have to do. He talks about how they can read the book if they want to, and one of the kids raises his hand and is like, what if I can't read? And he's like, don't brag, have someone else read it to you. And then the running joke with the book throughout the rest of the book is that when Hiccup opens it, it's one page, and it just says, How to Train Your Dragon. Yell at it very, very loudly. So he decides that he has to figure out his own method of training the dragon.
Okay. So, similarities then with, so I know that you have seen this movie a handful of times. I know you know it well. Most of our audience, I would assume, has seen this movie. It's a pretty big fucking deal, especially when it came out.
Yeah.
But, so, I guess the way they would translate that is the Dragon Manual, where when he's flipping through it, like, God, I have character names written down. Fishlegs.
Yes.
Fishlegs, like, has it memorized. So whenever he sees a dragon, he can yell out its stats like a D&D character. And Astrid read it. Rough Nut and Tough Nut don't give enough of a shit. So Hiccup reads it and finds the Night Fury page empty. So it's his job in the movie. Like, his goal in the first 2 acts is to fill out that page, essentially. And take his own notes on the Night Fury and dragons in general and what he learns from that experience. So
Yeah.
there's a link. We found a link.
So
It's a little closer knit than Cheaper by the Dozen was.
the whole like climax of the book is Initiation Day. And of course, there's this rivalry between Hiccup and Snotlout because Hiccup is the actual son of Stoic the Vast, the chief. And Snotlout is actually his cousin. And it is Stoic's brother, who his name is given, but it's like a generic pun and I don't remember it.
Is it Snotlout's dad? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Spitelaut.
Ah, yes. So Snotlout actually, he gets the dragon called the Monstrous Nightmare, which is the one that can light itself on fire.
Yep.
That, by unspoken Viking law, can only be held by the chief or son of the chief. So he is essentially snubbing his nose at Hiccup by taking this dragon, with the idea that he's, of course, going to usurp Hiccup and actually take over the tribe. So there's this rivalry between the two of them. Their dragons also don't like each other. Snotlout's dragon's name is Fireworm, and she's a huge bully. And Toothless is, of course, Toothless, and Toothless doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. Toothless only does things if Hiccup tells him jokes. And it gets to the point where they're at the initiation. They're doing the fucking, like, go fetch thing. And Toothless starts insulting Fireworm. And, of course, Hiccup is the only one who understands what's actually being said. And Fireworm attacks, or tries to attack Toothless, but ends up accidentally attacking one of the meathead dragons, and it becomes this whole fucking fray where everyone loses control of their dragons, ultimately leading to all of them failing the test and being sentenced to exile. A massive storm rolls through, and 2 fucking massive dragons roll up on the island.
Okay, massive dragon in the climax.
Yes.
We got a connection. We're good.
So Hiccup gets sent. They find out that Hiccup is the only person that can speak Dragonese, and they send him to go talk to the dragon. Because there's a whole bit with Gobber and Stoic, and Gobber is like, you don't understand how giant these fucking dragons are. And Stoic is like, I bet it's not that giant. And then they go and they yell at it, and it doesn't do anything. It actually, like, comedically flicks Gobber away.
I don't know why, but I'm just picturing the climax of that one Doctor Strange movie when he's like, I'm coming to Morgan, or whatever.
Basically, that's literally what Hiccup does. Hiccup goes and talks to the dragon, and in the meantime, this giant, massive dragon, his name is the Green Death, has...
Oh, it's the Red Death in the movie.
There's
Not
also,
the same.
There's also the Purple Death, which is the other one. But there's a third, smaller one, and the joke when Hiccup gets there is that he's already eaten the other smaller dragon that washed up with him. That was also an enormous monster dragon. Like, they describe it as the size of a cliff face.
Huh?
And Hiccup basically talks to the dragon until it falls asleep, because it's, when they're digesting things, they have to sleep because it takes a lot of power for them to digest stuff. So he talks him into, like, falling asleep, basically. And then Hiccup goes back to the rest of the adults and realizes that the adults aren't going to help. So he takes all 19 of the other initiates that have been exiled, and his name is Thuggery the Meathead, is the...
Thuggery.
Thuggery. Thuggory.
I believe he got banned from the fighting game scene a few years back.
So he actually respects Hiccup because he recognizes that even though Hiccup couldn't beat him in a fight, Hiccup survived an encounter with this massive dragon and is very smart. So Snotlout is still, like, sniping and, like, trying to second guess Hiccup at every turn, and Thuggery, like, picks him up by the throat and is like, shut the fuck up. And it's the first time he's been bullied, so he shuts up.
And it's the first time every kid ever read the word fuck. And
I'm
I
paraphrasing.
know. I just thought it'd be funny to say.
So, the big plan that they have is they have no way to make these 2 dragons go away. They're going to kill them. So Hiccup's plan is make the 2 dragons fight each other. And so what they do is he knows that dragons are allergic to chicken feathers, so they create feather bombs using various stolen articles of clothing, including his mother's bra. And they basically, the meatheads take the purple dragon, they take the green dragon, and they enrage him. They enrage them both into fighting. They almost succeed. The purple dragon, the green dragon is dying. The purple dragon is dead. But Hiccup realizes the green dragon isn't dead, and it tries to eat him. He shoves his helmet in the fire holes inside its mouth, and Toothless does the first selfless thing that a dragon has ever done and dives through the monster's nostril and basically gets Hiccup to be free. And because Hiccup blocked the fire holes, the dragon explodes.
Dragon explodes at the end of the movie, too.
Yes.
And Toothless helps.
Yeah.
See, alright. This is better than Cheaper by the Dozen. We're getting somewhere.
So yeah, that's kind of where
Yeah, okay.
that's where it goes.
Okay. Similar setting. Similar, like the stuff with the dragon training similar, and like having a final test and all that, and then the end with the big dragon blowing up.
It kind of reminds me of The Princess Bride in that the movie feels like everyone is a more noble version of the character they are in the book.
Yeah.
The book, I said this to you when I finished it, the book has that kind of novel of the week. It's like the fantasy equivalent of the Animorphs or like Magic Tree House, which I know Magic Tree House is kind of fantasy, but like it's that you can churn this book out. It's middle grade. It's got that kind of like, I don't want to say gross out humor, but like kind of gross out humor, like targeting that demographic between like 8 and like maybe 13. It's interesting and well written, but it's not like incredibly difficult to digest. It's a pretty quick read. It's, I think, including all of the extras, like from fucking title card page to the sneak preview of the next book at the end, it was 276 pages. The other thing that's fun about the book is it has little inserts that are like pages from Hiccup's version of How to Train Your Dragon. The whole story of this is that it's retelling the exploits of Hiccup's life at the end of his life. It's not a memoir because he's not writing it, but it's like the story of this great Viking hero and how he became a great hero. Mm-hmm. So it's like his biography, kind of, but told in a mythic way.
Okay. Yeah, so what you're saying about the book's kind of skewing a little bit younger for the audience.
Yeah.
The producers actually felt that was the case as well. So when they moved, I'm kind of skipping ahead into some trivia here. But when they got the rights to direct after the success of Over the Hedge in 2006.
Over the Hedge was successful?
For them, yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
I think I'm confusing it with a different one.
You might. Over the Hedge is super underrated. It's a really fun picture. I may be biased because like the first and second time I watched it, I think were both on an airplane. So you know that kind of affects how you watch movies. But I remember renting it too and loving it. I think it's a great movie. But anyway, after the success of that, DreamWorks optioned for How to Train Your Dragon, and originally attached was Peter Hastings. And his only directorial movie was, I think, The Country Bears in 2002.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was not a great direct. But he was attached to direct. He's produced, like, Animaniacs. He's the producer of the Kung Fu Panda stuff, the Captain Underpants stuff. So he's, around still working. But his version of the movie was way too close to the book. And DreamWorks was like, that is too childish. We need to have... age it up. We're not going to make any money on this movie if we're only marketing towards the young kids. And I was thinking about why that is. And of course, money, obviously. But how is it that books get away with marketing directly to young kids and movies don't? And I think that's because movies, at least at that age, is 100% of the time a communal experience. Because kids are never alone when you're young.
Yeah.
You know, like when you and I were kids in the 90s, we were allowed to go to our rooms and mom would check in. And if you or I were reading, they were just happy we were reading. They didn't realize I was reading a story about kids getting PTSD and you were reading like pornography or whatever the fuck Clan of the Cave Bear is.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They didn't care because we were just reading. But if I wanted to watch a movie, it was happening on the living room TV, which is a communal space. Mom's in there reading the paper or the next room over in the kitchen. And I feel like your house was probably the same thing. You didn't have a lot of like alone TV time, at least when you were like 5 or 6, right?
So, fun story.
Oh no.
When I was about 5 years old, I woke up before everyone else in the house. It had to be like a Saturday, because I remember my sister was home. And I was like, there's this two video cassette thing. And I've always wanted to watch it, but I've never asked to watch it because it's like weird and it's dark colored. So I pull out the box set of Species.
Oh my god.
And I pop it in. And I have it on the screen, and I am not following what's happening at all. I'm getting distracted. I'm, like, playing with the carpet. And, like, half an hour in, my sister comes out, and she sees what I'm watching. She says nothing. She just turns off the TV, pops the thing out, puts it away, and then just takes me back to bed with her.
I just imagine that scene from The Ring where she, like, pops the tape out and throws it under the couch and, like, jumps on the kid's back and all that when he's watching the fucking tape. Just that with your sister. But yeah, like I said, like when we were that age, there was no unsupervised screen time like there is now where you can just throw on baby YouTube and let the algorithm teach your kids.
It also would, like, when we grew up, it was also like, you didn't have, if you had more than one TV, it was an anomaly. You were rich.
Oh,
and
yeah.
as we kind of aged up, that became more
Yeah, like I remember the Christmas my sister got a TV and I didn't. And I didn't have a TV in my room till I was in college and I bought one myself.
I got one because I sold the most chocolate, and that was the prize, was a TV with an attached video cassette, like, player.
There you go. But old pettiness aside, it's easier to have a more hyper-specific demographic with a book. Because a book is such a personal, like, intimate reading experience. It's different for everyone that reads it, because everyone pictures different things when you're reading. Whereas a movie, when you're that age, you're either watching at home with your parents or you're in a theater. So that movie better keep everyone else there entertained too.
I feel like it's also because from when the book came out, the first one, to when the movie came out, you had the rise of animation for adults. Mm-hmm. Because I know, like, Shrek had happened, but it was kind of like
same studio.
Yeah, it was still on the upswing. You had Harry Potter. The bulk of the Harry Potter movies came out and Pottermania exploded.
Yep.
And so you had that whole thing where, oh, yes, this book is written for children.
Yeah, studios were just jumping on IP.
Yes.
To produce, and it's one that they had been holding on to for a few years and wanted to produce. But, like, I 100% understand why they would age it up. Also, take it one step further, the 7-year-olds who read in 2003 How to Train Your Dragon are 14.
Yep.
And now there's 15-year-old Hiccup flying a dragon. Like, it aged up with the actor, which is something that the series as a whole does super fucking well.
Yeah.
Like,
They
the
do
first,
that real...
The first movie comes out in 2010. It was originally scheduled for 2009, and Hiccup is 15. And then 2014, scheduled 5 years later, he's 5 years older. He's 20. And then 2019, I think, is the third one, and he is 25. The characters age up. So when you watch the first movie when you're 10 years old, all of a sudden you're 20 watching the third one. You still relate to the main characters. Like, it's really unique in, like, children's entertainment. The only other thing I can think of is, like, Toy Story that approached that same kind of aging with the characters.
Yeah, in children's media, absolutely.
Because, like, I've seen trailers for Despicable Me 4, and those kids didn't age. It's the same 3 kids.
And I mean, you've also got, like, you kind of have that with Narnia, but it's like an inconsistent jump, and you've got that
with Narnia, it's different because it's live action. Like, I'm like solely in animation. It's so easy to just reuse old character designs, and the characters never age. It's like when you watch The Simpsons, and Bart Simpson has been 10 years old for 35 years.
Yeah.
But Hiccup ages.
Yeah.
Astrid ages. Toothless ages.
Yeah.
And that's like really smart and of DreamWorks to go that route. And it's like a special thing for a kid to grow up with the franchise. And now, unfortunately, instead of a How to Train Your Dragon 4, where we have like a grizzled old, like, because we're maybe a little bit old to be this. So like maybe in 10 years, if they had done How to Train Your Dragon 4 and had him aged appropriately, and now he's got a kid.
Well,
and then a dad,
has kids at the epilogue,
and then a real mom and dad bring their son and daughter, and then those kids relate to the young kids, and you can. But no, we're just gonna do a live action remake because everything's gotta be a live action fucking remake, even though everything's gonna be animated except for the fucking characters and costumes, or actors and costumes rather. Like,
thanks, Marvel.
Fucking wank fest over here. I'm so mad that I found out about that they were even doing that after we decided to do this.
The thing is, I feel like I remember hearing that they were doing it, and I was just like, great. And then I completely let it slide off my mind. And then one of my coworkers just fucking pops over. It's like, hey, did you know they're doing a How to Train Your Dragon live action as I'm fucking reading it?
Yeah, like last week, like I saw on fucking Blue Sky or something, the first image from the live action. I'm like, oh, it looks like ass. Oh, it looks like fucking shit.
Like, just watch the thing again.
Like, in fairness, the animation, like, the water effects didn't age well. Is not the word I want to look for. It didn't up-res well to 4K. Like, some of the animation is still, like, old. But just reanimate the movie. Just fucking put a fresh coat of paint on the thing. Pop it back in. Oh, they don't want to pay the actors. They don't want to pay royalties to put it back in. It's more expensive to make a new movie. What the fuck am I talking about? Just put a coat of paint on the thing, throw it back in theaters, 3D IMAX or whatever.
Just do the fucking 4K restoration.
Yeah, just well, a 4K restoration isn't going to be, because that's what I watched, and it's not updating the actual like animation itself.
Okay.
Which didn't look great at times, and it could just be like an after effect of the 4K animation, or could have been how it actually looked in 2010. I don't know. I'm saying, like, go back into the original files and redo the water, like update the water, update like the hair textures, but leave like the actual animation, the motion and all that the same, and just throw it back in theaters. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Like, it would, I mean, we talk about this all the time. You and I went to go see the re-releases of both Beauty and the Beast and Lion King in 3D. And we left the second one, which would have been Lion King, excitedly, what are they going to do next? Can they do Little Mermaid next? That would be, oh, I want to see Tarzan 3D. And they never went and did another fucking one. Instead, they did the fucking live-action Jungle Book.
What?
Like, oh my God, the return on investment had to have been ass on all of those live-action re-releases compared to, like, percentage-wise, compared to the,
How many versions of Lion King have they done now?
Well, just the two, but there was Lion King 2, Lion King 1.5. Then
2 and 1.5 were straight to DVD.
Yeah, no, I know, but they're still there. And then the Lion King live action, and now Mufasa the Lion King is about to come out, which is just the Lion King again, but with a different character name on the traumatized child that becomes king. Oh God, we're tangenting like a motherfucker.
We really are. I mean,
How to Train Your Dragon, good trilogy of movies. That, whew.
So like. Speaking about DreamWorks and Disney, can I say my favorite piece of trivia about why? So, part of the reason that this era of DreamWorks was so good, like the end of the Renaissance into the 2010s.
We're talking like mid-aughts to like mid-teens.
Yes. The reason why this era of DreamWorks specifically was so good was because Disney had just shit-canned a fuckload of their animators because they were going in the direction of 3D because they had just like done, or they were in the process of doing the merger with Pixar. But they basically had the Florida studio, and the Florida studio was the one that was doing all of the B-tier projects. They were the ones that did a lot of the immediate post-Renaissance. Like, they did Atlantis, they did Home on the Range, they were doing, oh god, what's the other one? Treasure Planet. And there was another big one in that era, and I can't remember what it was. But that series, like, those are some of my favorite Disney movies. But because Disney had decided to focus their resources on 3D and they needed to focus on that, they cut that studio, cut all those animators loose, and DreamWorks went, yes, please, and scooped them all up. So all of these people that had just made the magic that was the end of the Renaissance. So, like, these were people that had worked on Mulan and Tarzan and Pocahontas.
Some of them even as far back as Beauty and the Beast. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. They were now at DreamWorks, and they now had that kind of Disney work ethic and Disney idea of bringing things to life, and they were given a little bit more reign at DreamWorks because of that cachet they had from being Disney animators, and that's why you got that hugely popular slate of DreamWorks movies.
Yeah, like your Shrek 2s, your Over the Hedge, your B-movie, your Kung Fu Pandas.
Hey, B-movie is a cult classic.
B-movie is an ass classic. that movie's ass. Dude.
That movie...
It's not good.
That movie... So we bought...
It is cringe as fuck.
My niece loved that movie.
Your niece doesn't have the best taste.
We bought that DVD 4 separate times because every time we got one, it fucked up at the exact same part of the DVD. So we know it was the DVD because we tried it in different players. And we went back to Walmart 4 fucking times to get this poor child her fucking B-movie DVD.
There's a problem. You went to Walmart 4 times. They probably handed you the exact same disc 4 times.
No, we went to the back and grabbed it and then came back up to do the return.
Smart. Because GameStop would have just handed you the same fucking disc. They hit it with some Windex and a Kleenex and just, here you go.
But yes, that's my favorite fact about that.
Yeah, like a lot of at least on the behind the scenes on here, is a lot of like Renaissance to post-Renaissance Disney. A lot of the same writers, directors. I didn't get like all the animators when I pulled my stuff. But before we get into like those details, I wanted to see if we could find one more link between these two.
Why do I feel like this is the setup for a joke?
This is not the setup for a joke. I promise you it's not. It may feel like a joke at times because some of the things I wrote down. But I wrote down 4. I might have had another one that I wrote down last night. But I found a bunch of things that this movie could be a metaphor for. And I could argue that this movie is a metaphor for, let's say, 5 different things. 2 of them are pretty closely related. Now, I want you to let me know if the book could also be a metaphor for that thing.
I mean, the book is literally a hero's journey.
I mean, so is the movie. Everything's a fuck... What was that?
No, she literally said, like, the introduction in universe to this book is literally someone saying, this is the story of how Hiccup became a hero. It's not subtle.
It's a little more subtle in the movie, but it's hero's journey. There's only 6 plots and all of them are Wizard of Oz. It's fine. I could make the argument that the movie is a metaphor for coming out of the closet.
Yeah, I think you can make that metaphor.
For
without stretching too hard.
For the book?
Yeah, because Hiccup is different, and he knows he's different, and he has one ally who's also the other weird guy.
Okay. Yeah, same shit in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a social outcast. Not so much a metaphor, and this is kind of closely related to that one. Toxic masculinity.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Oh yeah, just Viking culture in general. You're not a real Viking if you can't do the Viking thing. It is just hand in hand with you're not a real man if you don't do the man thing. Also it helps that Vikings are held up as like paragons of masculinity. Now, this one might be tougher for the book, but I can definitely make the argument in the movie. Vegetarianism. So the argument I want to make is that he teaches this community not to kill on sight and to treat animals like animals. That's definitely a movie thing. Okay, I had a feeling. Because in
in the book, they're already treating them like pets, essentially. Not like working pets, but like pets. So it's a little bit different.
So this one, as I'm looking at it, I'm realizing is the exact same thing as the being in the closet, just with a different slant on it. Progressivism versus conservatism.
Stagnation versus forward momentum.
Hiccup is progressive. Instead of like getting strong and hitting things with an axe like everyone else has done before him, he makes a bola cannon. And instead of just kill, he's like, all right, what if we try to learn from these people? Blah, blah, blah.
There's actually, his grandfather is in the book as well. His grandfather's called Old Wrinkly.
What was he called when he was young? Young Wrinkly?
I think he has a real name, but everyone just calls him Old Wrinkly.
Fair.
So, his grandfather actually tells him, like, because Hiccup is upset when he first gets Toothless, because he's like, I have this useless dragon. You told me I was gonna be, like, important, and my dragon was gonna be important. And and his grandfather is like, yeah, just because the dragon is small doesn't mean it's not gonna be useful. And he also says, like, maybe we're at a time where we can't just be the biggest and strongest anymore. We need to learn how to start thinking. And his grandfather, like, kind of quietly encourages all of his subversive hobbies, like studying dragons. And
going to school, progressive values like education.
Reading and learning.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah. It's also, Dragonese, like, learning Dragonese is supposed to be forbidden. So the fact that Hiccup can speak it and it saves them is, like, his dad is like, well, you're already technically exiled, so it's fine.
Well, you just answered the question for the fifth one I wrote down, which is xenophobia.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Like, it is blatant in the movie as well with the, every dragon will kill you without a moment's notice. Not recognizing that every dragon only sees them with weapons of war in hand.
Yeah.
Like...
And also, like, it's one of those things where they have to learn that the dragons are just doing what they're told the same way that they are doing what they're told
and
as humans.
That extra element in the movie, like, changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
But also, like, there are some dragons that'll fuck you up. And in the future movie, spoilers, we learn that there are some humans that will also fuck you up.
Yeah.
The whole yin-yang thing, Balance to the force.
Yeah.
Every bowl of Skittles has a poisoned one. What was that shitty metaphor the Trump child tried to use? Maybe I don't like this movie as much anymore.
It's not the movie's fault you thought about Trump. It's okay, honey. Matt Gaetz quit. We gotta win.
Oh. Can we convince him to quit? People I don't want to convince to quit, the people who made this movie. Are you ready to talk about it, or do you have more you want to go into in the book?
Just one little thing that I thought was fun. Mm-hmm. Rough Nut and Tough Nut are twins.
Yes.
They are not children. I'm pretty sure all of the 20 are boys. They are instead elders of the tribe, and they're referred to as the Terror Twins.
Amazing.
They're like mythical elders.
I appreciate them because their bits are some of the best bits in the movie. Like, their back and forths, and when they are told in the final battle to be annoying, and they're just like, yes. My time to shine.
I am pulling up the book just because there's some fun things. Part of the inspiration for this was the author, Cressida Cowell. She spent her summers on basically an uninhabited island in Scotland, where she would clamber around and play in the mud and dirt, and she was convinced as a child dragons were on this island. So when she started writing this book, that was kind of her landscape. She set Burke basically in that kind of like imaginary world she had as a kid on this Scottish island.
Well, if she knew more about Scotland, because the dragon is the official animal of Wales. Scotland's official animal is the unicorn. We could have had How to Train Your Unicorn, but no.
I'm trying to find, because there's a section where she draws a bunch of the characters. It must be at the end of the book. But it's like all of their names are listed out. It's very funny, because it's exactly like like fucking 12-year-old boy drawing scribbles would look like.
Like the art in Wimpy Kid?
Yes, but better.
Okay.
Not stick figures.
Okay, good. So the not 12-year-olds who drew this movie.
Yes.
Talk about a little bit. 2 directors, 3 writers.
Okay.
Always a good start. Director number 1, Chris Sanders, who also directed Lilo and Stitch,
Oh, okay.
The Croods,
Okay.
and the current one, The Wild Robot, which I've heard some good reviews.
Okay.
So, doing all right. His partner in crime, it's either Dean DeBlois or Dean DeBlois, B-L-O-I-S.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Also directed Lilo and Stitch, and he is the director of the live-action remake. It's coming out next year.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay. The writers, stop me if you've heard this name before, Chris Sanders. He did story for Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King. And he also, not directed, he wrote Mulan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right? One of your favorites.
I mean, I wonder if that influenced his decision to have Astrid.
It may have. Very
'Cause also-
Mulan-esque character.
Because also, you gotta fucking target teenage girls at that point, too.
Yeah. And the second writer is, stop me if you've heard this name before, Dean DeBlois.
Oh,
or
hey.
DuBlois, who did the story for Mulan.
Okay.
And the other one I saw that I'm really interested in is he's doing an upcoming adaptation of Treasure Island.
Okay. All right.
Just putting that out there. And the third writer is Will Davies,
Okay.
who wrote the Johnny English movies with Rowan Atkinson.
Uh-huh.
He wrote Flushed Away, and he wrote Puss in Boots.
The...
But I don't think the good sequel. I think the original Puss in Boots.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait, the really good one with death, or...
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I didn't write all of his credits down, even though I wanted to, because the beginning of his career was like that shitty movie Ghost in the Machine.
Oh, God.
And like, you know, I'm gonna pull it up because he did some ass. He did some poor work.
All right.
Oh, Twins was his first film.
Oh, my God.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot was his second.
Oh, no.
He got better after that, but like, oh man, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot and then Ghost in the Machine. That's not a good back-to-back. Cast. Hiccup was played by Jay Baruchel, or is it Baruchel? I don't know.
I don't know. I always said the ch.
Yeah, Jay Baruchel. Knocked Up. He was in that movie that I really like that no one knows exists called Fanboys.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in that other movie that I really like that no one really knows exists called Goon.
Is that the Sean William Scott one?
Yeah, he's in Goon. I mostly put those down because check out Fanboys. It was made in like 2009, but it takes place in 99, and it's about a bunch of Star Wars nerds trying to steal a copy of The Phantom Menace so they can show their friend who's dying of cancer. It's great.
Isn't George Lucas in that?
George Lucas is in it. Mark Hamill's in it. Space Mom's in it.
Oh, Space Mom.
Why is her name escaping me right now?
Carrie
Carrie Fisher. Oh my god.
Harrison Ford is not in it.
Harrison Ford's not in it. But like William Shatner's in it, like at a Star Trek convention. It's a fun little movie. And then Goon is about a hockey goon, and it's great. It's hysterical. Astrid was played by America Ferrara, who was in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Ugly Betty. She got an Academy Award nomination for her work in Barbie last year.
Yeah.
I knew her from fucking Disney Channel shit back in the day.
Yep.
Stoic the Vast was played by Gerard Butler, Phantom of the Opera 300, and reprising his role in the live-action remake.
Okay.
It might not be, it won't be good, but it might not be bad. Gobber is played by Craig Ferguson, you know, the guy from the Late Late Show. Mark will be mad if I don't bring up the Late Late Show. This was actually his first voice acting role.
Okay.
He followed it up. He was in the Winnie the Pooh 2011.
Okay.
And he was in Brave with Disney Pixar.
Yes, I did know that.
Fish Legs, the nerd, was played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, the nerd. You know, the nerd from Superbad and the nerdy kid from Role Models.
He's also in Kick-Ass.
The nerdy kid from Kick-Ass. He's just the nerd. Snout Lout was played by Jonah Hill. The nerd. He grew into himself when he did like Moneyball, Wolf of Wall Street. Tough Nut was played by a criminal named T.J. Miller. You know him from previous episode of the pod, Ready Player One, and his crimes.
His various crimes.
His twin sister Rough Nut was played by Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Of, Bridesmaids and previous episode of the pod, The Martian.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said it. I should have asked you if you knew which previous episode of the pod she was on.
Nope.
You never would have gotten to The Martian.
No, because she plays just a huge bitch in that movie.
Yeah, but she's great in it.
Yeah.
And it was like the second episode we did.
Yeah.
Please don't go back and listen to it. It's not good.
Really selling the pod, babe.
We're getting better every day, okay? I'm telling them to keep listening as we go into the future and don't dwell on the shitty past. That was like the last one we recorded on the laptop. It was... Oh no, it wasn't the last one. It was the second last one. Because the last one killed the audio. And the last one I grabbed, Spite Lout, Snout Lout's dad, was played by the same actor who narrated the audiobooks. Do you know who that actor was?
No.
It's the doctor himself, David Tennant.
I didn't have the fucking David Tennant audiobook.
You had an audiobook?
I did. I had both copies of it.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, I'm making some child very upset.
Return the loan. The final, I guess we can call him an actor that I want to acknowledge, because I feel like actors that do this specific kind of voice work, the only one I've ever seen acknowledged is Alan Tudyk. And that's the actor who voices the animal.
Yeah.
So, Toothless was played by Randy Tom. Randy Tom is a sound designer, a twice Oscar-winning sound designer. He won Best Sound for The Right Stuff in the 80s, and he won Best Sound Editing for The Incredibles.
Okay. I recognize him from The Incredibles.
The sounds Toothless makes are not just Randy Tom. He's not going full Frank Welker. It's him, elephant seals, elephants, horses, tigers, and domestic cats.
It's like Alan Tudyk. I went to Juilliard.
Whereas Alan Tudyk was just him in the studio going...
He does it so well.
Which is extra funny that it's just like, yeah, let's bring in fucking Wash from Firefly and have him act like a chicken. And he's like, yeah, it's a living. I fucking love that so much. The cast, a lot of comedic actors in there. The directors took advantage of that and did as much as they could with everyone in the room at the same time.
Oh, you can feel that.
Oh my god, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, they had to have done that, because it's too good to be written. It's too natural to be written.
Yeah.
Like, some of the jokes and the play and the give and take especially between, and I hate to give him credit, T.J. Miller and Kristen Wiig.
Were they both SNL alum?
I don't know about T.J. Miller. Kristen Wiig was.
Because this whole cast...
They both came from, like, stand-up.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this whole cast kind of has that, like, improv... Like, we were on an improv troupe together kind of camaraderie.
Yeah. They were of that, like, mid-aughts to early teens school of acting, which was, like, where we were kind of taught, where improv was, like...
Yeah.
They were pushing improv in actors at the time.
Yeah.
Because, what's his face? 40-Year-Old Virgin and...
Will Ferrell?
Knocked Up. No, the director...
Oh, Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow. Yeah, like, his movies were getting huge. And part of what made them so funny was that he would just get actors that could improvise and just let them roll for a while.
And, no one was paying attention to the fact that these were all fucking friends in real life.
And I just realized fucking Jonah Hill and Mintz-Plasse, because I think Superbad was Apatow, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, they're all from that kind of school of acting, and especially with comedy movies. And it fucking works in this.
Yeah.
It really works. It's a bitch to edit that shit, because you end up with, like, 4.5 hours of footage.
Something that I appreciate about... I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
Something that I appreciate about this movie specifically is that even though you do have that improvisational feel, you have all these comedic actors in a room together, it didn't fall into the trap as much as it could have of the jokes being mean-spirited.
Yeah.
It's like the jokes are very much at the expense of the person telling the joke and not at the expense of the person who is the butt of the joke.
Yeah, like even when like Snout Lout is doing his high school bully shit at Hiccup, most of the joke is that he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And not that Hiccup is a bad person for being who he is.
Yeah, and it's something that a lot of movies around that time were falling into, because that was kind of that like era where the just mean joke for the sake of being mean. It was still in fashion, but it was starting to fall out of fashion.
Yeah.
And so it didn't fall into that.
Yeah. And
I don't think there's any... Now, you'll have to correct me. There are some jokes about characters being fat and ugly in the book, but it's kind of in the sense that, like, being fat and ugly is desirable for a Viking.
Yeah.
Like, there's a...
The joke isn't that the person is fat. The joke is that... Well, it's not much better. The joke is that we find that attractive, but that's...
one of the events on Initiation Day is the ugliest baby contest.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's
I don't know why it works, but when... It's almost like you don't laugh because it's mean-spirited. You laugh because it's refreshing.
Yeah. And from the movie, I don't remember a single joke being directed at someone's appearance except for Hiccup, and it's just because Hiccup is fucking clumsy as shit. So it hasn't necessarily...
He weighs like 15 pounds wet. And I think like... I think I didn't write it down. But I think canonically Stoic is like 7'2".
Yeah, Stoic is fucking
He's
massive.
Massive. Part of what makes this movie work so well is that it's so easy for producers to go, oh, we're making an animated movie. It's for kids. We don't have to try very... Like, not too long ago, I watched one of the Hotel Transylvanias, and it was very clear that no one involved gave a shit, right? Where they nailed it with this is that they were trying to make a feature movie. It happened to be animated. And one of the best moves they did was hire Roger Deakins to aid with the visual style. He was not credited as a cinematographer, but he's a visual consultant is what they credited him as. But he's the guy who worked with the Coens. And I think Sam Mendes. And he did like fucking Shawshank Redemption. Like, this is one of the best cinematographers in the game. And where he decides to put the quote-unquote camera in the flying scenes is one of the most striking and memorable things that he's ever done.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, the first thing you think about when you think of this movie is Hiccup riding Toothless. And some people will visualize the shot where he's doing the first dive towards the water. And it is fucking perfect. Like, he puts the camera on, like, just behind the mechanical tail for some of those shots, and it's like, it feels like the camera's attached to the dragon. It's fucking amazing cinematography that can only be done in animation. So what the fuck are they gonna do in this live action remake next year? It's just gonna be animated again if they try to mimic that shit.
The shot that I always think of is not even from this movie, it's actually from the second one. And it's that moment where Hiccup is letting Toothless fly without him, and he just rolls off of his back, and they're both fucking falling for a minute.
Oh, yes.
That shot is what I always think of when I think of, like, How to Train Your Dragon. And the fucking swelling score.
Oh, the score's incredible. I didn't grab anything on the score. Let me grab his name real quick, but while I'm looking that up.
Yeah, like, I cannot tell you how many fucking mashups I've seen on TikTok that are just like, the bride likes How to Train Your Dragon, and the groom likes Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. It's an amazing score, and he had worked with Hans Zimmer and who's the other one? Williams, I believe, in the past, collaborating on previous works. It is John Powell was the composer.
It feels like Pirates of the Caribbean. And I don't, and I mean that in the sense that, like, it has that iconic, like, as soon as it starts playing, I'm like, Pirates, How to Train Your Dragon. Like, exactly, you feel it as soon as it starts. It's identifiable.
Yeah.
And it has that kind of, like, bouncy feel that Pirates has.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, the more swelling one from the flying scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I went and looked to see what else he had done real quick, and, his career started off bad. 2002, The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Oh,
That's his
no.
first listed. It's the first one he composed.
Oh, buddy.
2003, Geely. One of the worst movies ever. Oh my god. But then he did like The Bourne Supremacy. So, I mean, no, great score. Credit where it's due on that. So I found this out. There is a show, or there was a show, called How to Train Your Dragon Arena Spectacular.
Oh, God.
In Melbourne, Australia. That was, like an arena show adaptation of the movie that featured 24 animatronic dragons.
Oh my god.
I need to find video. I'm sure it exists. I just didn't look because I was at work when I found this out. I need to find this because that sounds amazing. Or awful.
Either way, it'll be entertaining.
Exactly. Like, Can't Stop the Rock.
Oh, no. No. They had a white man play Shaft.
And the other white man did the Will Smith part of the Men in Black song.
God. At least the black woman sang Whitney Houston, okay?
Oh, yeah, but she did the best part of the show on, like, the third number. Oh. It was all downhill from there. Oh, Christ. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now.
That man has
The
neither
Funk
funk
Soul
nor
Brother.
soul. Oh, man.
Oh, so bad. So bad. Google Royal Caribbean Can't Stop the Rock. The whole thing's on YouTube, and it's ass. It's so bad.
Oh, God.
You know what else is so bad? Burke, the name of the town. Does the book go into any detail how the town got its name?
The first book does not, that I recall.
Okay, neither does the movie. But Burke is actually a term in Cockney rhyming slang. If you don't know what Cockney rhyming slang is, it's taking a familiar word like stairs, and then you find a phrase that rhymes with it, like apples and pears, and then you take the part of the phrase that doesn't rhyme, and that becomes the word, apples. So you take the apples up to the third floor, you take the stairs up to the third floor, apples, apples and pears, stairs. Right?
That's so fucking backwards.
Yeah, but you understand how it works functionally. Burke is short for Berkeley Hunt. What word do you think Burke means that rhymes with hunt?
Oh, no. Is it the C word?
Cunt. Speaking of hippos, in the scene where all the dragons are giving their offering to the Red Death, one of the dragons drops in a hippo. It is the hippo from Madagascar.
That's very funny.
And last bit of trivia I have is, you know the scene where Hiccup holds out his hand and then he looks away and Toothless looks and then closes his eyes and head bumps him, and it's a scene, it's in the fucking trailer. It's the other scene people think of from this movie.
Yes, it's the cat butt.
Accidental.
How do you accidentally make a scene that iconic?
The animation wasn't programmed quite properly. The hesitation before Toothless bumps wasn't intended. But it works so perfectly.
It really does.
It's iconic, and it's like, it adds so much to that character of Toothless, of there's still one last hesitation, like, okay, I can trust this guy, he doesn't have a weapon, he's not even looking at me. Yeah, I can trust him. It's that last moment of bonding before bonding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it means so much more having that in there. I love that happened.
Serendipity.
Yes. So do you recommend the book?
I do. As long as you know what you're getting into, which is a little more crude humor, a little more crass, and a little meaner than the movie, but it's still charming and fun.
Okay.
Do you recommend the movie?
Of course I do. It's a fucking great movie. The whole trilogy, like I said before, like the whole trilogy is unique in animated series, animated franchises in which the characters age and evolve. Some die. I had a friend reach out to me on Blue Sky today who hated the character Stoic in the movie.
Well, do I have some news for you?
And her husband, she believes, won't let her watch the later ones because of how much she hates him. And I desperately wanted to tell her that you should watch the second one. He dies. But I was more subtle. I just said, you should check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I told you weren't allowed to watch the second one for a while.
Because I have daddy issues?
Yes.
Yes. I started watching it with you when I was driving Lyft, but then I had to pick up and I had to leave.
Yes.
But I've since seen the whole trilogy, and it's great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda. I heard the original, like, Kung Fu Panda is really good.
Yeah.
But it's probably DreamWorks' strongest franchise as a whole.
Yeah.
As of today. Because the new one's not out yet. But, like, because, like, Shrek gets a little weird towards the end.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots started off a little weird, and it's also an extension of Shrek. I don't know. I know that, like, the first Kung Fu Panda, I think I heard is good, but I don't know how, like, the later ones are.
How did we not do Shrek?
What? Oh, God. Shrek would have been better for this series, huh? We'll do Shrek eventually, because it is very loosely based off a book.
Even more loosely than Cheaper by the Dozen.
No, at least the character has the same fucking name. Same name and ogre. That's 2 similarities. It's already better than Cheaper by the Dozen. But as different as the plot of this movie was to the book, even the author praised the ending and considered it true to the spirit of the book. Would you agree, having seen it and read it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's true to the spirit. Because it's very much like, it's the hero's journey. It's literally just the hero's journey. And it's all about becoming a hero the hard way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. But speaking of good movies, next time around, we're doing an absolute banger of a picture. And unfortunately, Cody has to read some, like, it's like technically a collection of, like, New Yorker articles.
Oh, God.
That's right. We are doing the strangest book-to-film adaptation that I can think of. That is the book is The Orchid Thief by an author whose name is escaping me, even though she is a main character in the adaptation.
Susan Orlean.
Susan Orlean, thank you. I would have gotten there eventually. She is a main character in the adaptation of The Orchid Thief, which is called Adaptation. Written by Charlie Kaufman, I believe directed by Spike Jonze, and starring Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Cage. Is this the first Cage we've done?
I think this is the first Cage we've done.
Fuck yes. We caged it up with probably his best work. He got fucking robbed. He should have won the Oscar for that. I'm so mad he didn't. But yeah, that's next week. Until then, you can click on the link tree in the description of this episode. That gives you access to some goodies from previous episodes, like our high school mixtape. Also got links to our social media accounts, which I need to go in there and edit that because neither of us are on X anymore.
Yep.
Oh, God, I even called it X. Neither of us are on Elon's Twitter anymore. I'm getting pretty active on Blue Sky again. And I'm trying to convince Cody to join me over where the skies are blue.
I have logged back in.
Okay. Well, yeah, you had to today to see that post I sent you.
I did.
You can also, through that link tree, get our email address where if you want to send us suggestions for future episodes, comments on this episode, if you want to give us your thoughts on adaptation, you have about a week before we record the next one. So send that in there. Give us little chats. We'd love to talk to you. But until then, I need a beverage and a nap.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'll tell you where you're not safe.